applaudable achievement so far.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's just setting the metrics. But now, are you guys ready? Because now I'm going to bombard you with some questions, and hopefully you have some great answers. So, roll out the questions, bounce back the answers. So I'm going to start with Felipe, and this is a question from one of our players. It's on general and concept, and it's, hi there, I was just wondering how many people work at Planet IX and where are you guys located?
Good. It's a question that it will change every time you ask, because we keep growing and growing. Right now we are close to 50 people working full-time on Planet IX. Some of these are in our office in Stockholm, here in Sweden, and some of them are spread around the world. Such a complex game as Planet X, you can imagine we require very specific talents, and sometimes you can't find those talents just around the corner. But we are a very international company, as you can tell. So yeah, around 50 people.
Around 50 people and growing. And I think that's also such a great overview of showing, how diverse the company is different nationalities, genders, and so forth, which is, how you can create a game that is accessible to, anyone and everyone. Yeah. Okay, so then we have this beloved subject of NFTs and blockchain. And who else to answer than the architect himself of cryptocurrency, Felix? So the question is, how do the NFTs work in Planet IX? Like, would I be able to sell my NFT from Planet IX outside the game in any way?
Yeah, I mean, the fundamentals of NFTs is that it carries true ownership, and that means that it's you should be able to sell it and transfer it wherever you want if you're on the blockchain. So all assets, all NFTs that is created and minted on Planet IX will be able to sell or to interact with other platforms. And on Planet IX, there will be several different types of NFTs, but the first two types that we are kind of the first phase of the game. The first phase is claiming the land, and the next phase is more developing. So we have two NFTs that are within that phase, and that's the territory NFTs, which are when you develop, when you get your clusters together and you start building territories.
Yep.
And the second NFT are the landmarks, which are more or less being acquired through random drops that you participate in purchasing. And they act as landowners, basically, taking a small commissions on every transaction that is going on in the area on the marketplace. So these are the first two productive NFTs that we have, and there's several others, planning to be launched later in the game.
It's a constantly evolving game as well.
Yes.
And I also wanted to mention to our viewers that, we do have tutorial open talks that we've had, I think, 1 to 6 episodes. And one of them is also on NFT. So do check our YouTube channel to sort of look through if you have more questions around this. So thank you, Felix. And now, Christopher, it's a gameplay and technical question. How can I cash out from Planet IX? I mean, I have a certain amount of €P and PIX already, but can I cash out and leave the game if I do?
Yes, you will, of course. That's what it's about in the end. But you won't be able to do that until the marketplace opens, when we go full launch, which will be in October initially, the plan. Maybe it will be in November. We have to see now in the beta. But yeah, that's definitely possible later on.
Okay, good. And Felipe, next question. When is the marketplace being launched? You touched upon it, but let's be repetitive. And let's also maybe emphasize why it can alternate between, it's not a specific date.
Yeah, absolutely. So in the previous talk shows, we've been mentioning October, but right now we are more gravitating to November. We have found several technical things that we need to improve in the game. And of course, we want to be ready to launch. We don't want to rush into things and launch a product that it's not 100% from our perspective or standpoint.
Yeah.
So there are still a couple of things for us to fix, and we can touch upon later. But yeah, right now we're more gravitating towards November as a full launch.
And I can also add that since the game and the marketplace will be carried out, on the blockchain, and transactions will be made, and minting of NFTs will be made. A lot of the backbone and foundation of the game has to be set prior to moving on chain, because currently all the assets are being traded database in our own database, basically, where we can tag player ID with specific assets. When we release it on the on-chain activity, we cannot reverse it.
Exactly.
So we have to make really a good foundation and prior to launching that.
And it also shows, that there's so many facets to this game. It's not just, a game that there are so many dimensions to it. So that's why it's so vital that when the launch, everything is sort of done on par. Okay, and now you, Christopher, we have a question here. I play Planet IX together with friends, and we have a significant amount of picks already collected. At any point in the game, would we be able to connect our collections and make a bigger collection, or can only one of us own a larger collection?
Yeah, this is a great question, and this is what the game is all about as well. We really want to emphasize and encourage people to play in teams, because as you know, it's a complex game, it's big, we have the world as our playing field, and to really get going and excel in the game, I think it's good to play in teams. So currently you need to decide the rules and the setup for yourself. I think Felix will be touching this later, but we are introducing the DAO, which is the decentralized autonomous organizations, which will set the framework for how many of these teams will act. But yeah, so to answer your question again, it's definitely possible, and we will keep developing
that.
Just to reinforce on that, you can play already as a group, but there are no specific guidelines or rules, but we already understand that people are already doing DAOs or organizations, or playing with friends or groups of people already. But soon, Christopher and Felix and myself and the team, we are developing rules for players to be able to do that online, in the game, with guidelines and with a bit more control in that sense.
Cool. And then Felipe, here's another. Would I be able to play Planet IX on any other platform than an internet browser?
That's a very good question. Today we have close to the 250,000+ players, and out of that, around 86% of players are on mobile. Okay. So of course we understand that a web browser on a mobile is not yet the ultimate experience that you can have. So we are looking into developing our game into an app, which will be extremely amazing. We are very excited to do that. But of course, before moving into an app, we need to make sure that the foundation of the game is all fixed and all flawless. There are some bugs yet to be fixed during the beta. But yeah, we're looking into making it fully playable, including all transactions on an app. Like Android, I think it's 99% set, and iOS, we still have some things to figure out. But yeah, super promising, and I think it's going to be easier, even better experience for all the players.
Yeah, more accessible. Okay, Felix, let's talk about NFTs again. How does the NFT collection start? Is it a street, a road, a building, or an island?
So yeah, so the territory NFTs that you develop yourself, it's all about starting from where you have assets. So the new game view that we were releasing at the same time at the upgrade or the marketplace will pretty much be centered around your assets. It's the center of the game and on the map, and you can start collecting. You can start bidding on the assets around you, the PIX clusters around you. And to answer your question, no, it's not roads. It's territories, and it's 3 steps to finalize the federation, which will carry some rewards and will be very productive in what's to the token holders. And the first step is the domain.
Sector, Felix.
Sorry, sector. The first step is to collect the sector, which will include, it dependent on what kind of tier your assets or your clusters are in. It varies. So in a legendary tier in the capital city center, you have to have 250 clusters, PIX clusters collected together, touching each other, to be able to mint an NFT, the first one, which is a domain.
Or sector.
And then
you've obviously had the discussion before.
And then you have to double up 250 plus 250 to a sector and then to a federation. So it goes 3 ways, and they carry different kind of bonuses and stuff like that we will go into in details. But so it's not roads yet in the phase 1 here. Phase 1, phase 2, claiming and developing. What happens later on, we will see. But that's how you approach, the development or evolution of your NFTs.
That was a good clarification. So, Christopher, let's see another player here. Hey, I'm logging in from Asia, and I purchased a few packs already, but in one of the last drops, I was in the queue but missed my chance. I was there just before it started and wondered, why wasn't I able to make my purchase?
Yes, so this is quite common issue we've been experiencing, and we've been having such a big traffic on the website. So, unfortunately, some players haven't been able to buy the required or the amount of packs they wanted to. So sorry for that. But we're working on it all the time and developing all the servers and everything. What we will do, because now we've done one trip around the globe, so to say, in our 8 drop zones. We had the last one on Monday. We will have the same on Thursday for the smaller packs. But on Monday, week 9, we will start the next phase of it's still beta, but we will do continents instead. So we will be revisiting all the locations again.
So there's another chance.
So you have another chance, definitely.
And I was thinking, just to put it a bit in perspective, I mean, some of the packs have sold in how many seconds or minutes?
Yeah, but it's
like less than 3 minutes.
Yeah, so just so that players actually understand that, it's a very short time frame, and that's, applaudable, but it's also a bit of a challenge when it comes to not everybody. Some people might miss their chance.
Yeah, and we only have them once a week now initially as well, so...
But I think we tried out, a couple of weeks ago, we tried out, selling out a smaller package or pack for less amount. And I think we will also introduce a couple of new packs the coming weeks until marketplace launch as well. So, I mean, this kind of period is also for us to learn and to, elaborate or experiment. So
definitely. Okay, let's see. And here we have, let's say, Felipe. Will I be able to click on a PIX and see the owner's name, click on the name and write a message to this particular person, for example, to offer to buy the PIX? That was a good question.
Yeah, well, yes, absolutely. Right now, you can even go in the map, and if you find the PIX that is already claimed, so you're going to see the color red. If you click, you already see the name of the person that owns that PIX. Of course, the user experience is still in the beta stage, so there's a lot of new features, a lot of mechanics that we are looking into improving. But in the future, in the marketplace, you'll be able to type in, locate a region or a country or even a type of PIX that you want. You're going to find a list. You can click and send messages on the marketplace directly to the person, offer to buy or trade or even sell your own collection, if you will.
That's pretty smart. Okay, and just a quick question more for you, Philip. But will we have a map on which we can see all our picks in green and reds? You sort of touched upon that, and other players in red, because it would be easier for us if we want to refine our strategy. And that's actually to emphasize that question, is what you said.
Yeah,
that
like,
it will.
It's again a good question because once again we are looking into improving the entire user experience, and I understand, and we all know, we are aware that if you zoom out a little bit from the map, for instance, you lose the grid, you don't see your pigs. So there's a lot of those technical issues or questions that we are figuring out how to improve. And in the future, you're not only going to be able to see your collection from far, but you're also going to see the type of pics that they are, or even collections that are close to you. So you could even hover over, click and see who owns, and maybe connect to that person in the future. In the case of an online doll or a group they're playing together, or a strategy that there's someone that has a really big collection, maybe we get to buy that collection, or maybe we get to joint venture and get closer to a federation or a sector or a domain.
Whatever.
So yes.
Okay.
So I think it's like the game view will be centered around the map. That's where you do all that's the trading, where you do the strategy and where you see the possibilities of interacting with others, or bid on others' assets, or expand your territory. So that will be kind of what we're really putting a lot of development and have been testing since we launched, basically iterating, the UX, the UI on the map view, and working with really talented consultants from Canada. So I think it's a total new game, basically, from a game view point of view. Today it's not very user friendly.
And what's fun, I can just add, is that I see a lot of people writing about these things in the Discord, and that's usually stuff we already have been discussing, and we will be releasing very soon. So yeah,
it helps us to reinforce the need of improvement.
Yeah.
And we're all aware, and I think we appreciate the constant feedback.
Definitely. Yeah.
And that's also to emphasize why a beta phase is so important, and why all these
Exactly.
players who are in the beta phase are really contributing to the evolution of this game as well. So it's a win-win. It's a collaborative win-win. Okay, NFTs. People want to know more. How do I buy an NFT in Planet IX, and how much will it cost?
I mean, the cost is up to the market to decide, basically. So if I am an NFT holder, I can set the price I want. If I want to sell it for $1 billion, it's up to me to set that price. If there's a market for it, that's you have to see. But what we think in terms of like game theory and how the kind of markets works outside Planet IX is that one asset is not maybe that valuable, but if you have a collection of assets or even generated it to a minted an NFT, it creates something else. You already done the groundwork for it, so you already put in not only the effort of getting it or minting it, but you also paid for it. So that will also increase its value, we think. But I'm super excited to see how the kind of price mechanics will be how it will act on its own, because we can only do scenario planning and thinking of how it's going to be, but we don't know.
And looking around at NFTs already, the valuation can, skyrocket.
Yeah.
It's it doesn't really have any context in that sense.
But so you buy them from the marketplace, and you purchase them directly from another player through our marketplace. So and also the possibility of co-owning NFTs is also something we are building, prepared for marketplace launch. Hopefully, but definitely you can co-own NFTs as well.
Okay.
And we also have the raffles. I don't know if we have that question coming, but can you tell about the raffles, the landmark NFTs?
Yes, so the landmark NFTs are the Easter eggs, as we call them, in the drops, and the special pack drops. Is that what you meant, or that is more like people who's been collecting and having reached a higher experience points or a good collector score on Planet IX. purchased a lot of packs, participated in challenges and stuff like that. So those will be, we will set aside the special NFTs, the legendary, the immortal NFTs that only is possible to enter if you have those kind of entry tickets. But the regular NFT landmarks will be part of every drop, basically. If you're lucky, you get it. If you can also be lucky to get a part of it. We're not to say too much, but we will also sell out parts of NFTs.
Yeah.
It's all about really being there. Felix, Philip, you raised your hand. Did you want to add something?
Yeah, because for us it's quite natural to talk about the NFTs already, mostly for Felix. But you mentioned the minting of NFTs.
Yeah.
Like, I guess there's a lot of people that don't understand the
exactly.
the
So
thinking.
yeah. So when you have enough of land, when you have enough of PIX clusters, you can interact with a smart contract. That is our smart contract that will take all of your PIX and destroy them and give you. We create an NFT. It replaces the PIX clusters to an NFT. So it takes away our database and upload a new asset on the blockchain. That's what that is what minting is, like minting a coin.
Yeah.
And because coin is also equal to token. So.
Okay, so that's really clarifying it. And I'm just going to see here, because we have a series of questions from one player. Let's see if we can zoom through this. And Philip, it might mainly be to you, but it can also be to you, Felix. So when a marketplace opens, like you mentioned, will we be able to trade, sell, and buy picks? Here's my question on this subject. Will we have to request the categories with their respective quantities, like legendary 1 picks, rare 10 picks, or can we actually split them?
You can sell like any quantity you want.
Yeah.
If you want to sell individual picks, you can sell
Okay.
individual picks. Ideally, you sell a collection because they will be more valuable. But think that if you have a small collection of picks in the way of someone who is building a much bigger collection on a way to develop an NFT, then you can sell just 1 picks, if you will.
And will there be a fee, and the question is, for every transaction in the marketplace, sort of a fixed fee?
Yes, there
Yes.
is a
Yeah.
fixed fee.
Okay.
And currently it's set to 7.5%,
Okay.
where 5% goes back to the landmark owners, and 2.5% goes to burn. So we burn that fee. So what we are burning is our own token. But that's for
For another talk.
That's diving in even more. That's getting hardcore.
Yeah, we can just add that burning, minting, staking,
Yeah.
all this Web 3.0 and blockchain-based
Yeah.
terminology will be a focus we have in the tutorial material. And,
Future talks.
prior to market launch, basically.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
don't worry.
Because time flies here, I'm trying to select questions that we haven't sort of already dissected. Let's try this one. I try to connect on Discord, but it seems I don't have access to the messages. Am I missing something?
Yeah, okay, so this is actually a quite common problem we have, because when you use our link for the invite to the Discord server, first you need to complete a couple of steps. You need to press the green check mark, so you actually
agree with the terms and
agree
conditions.
with the rules we have to be joining the server. If you're new to Discord, you also need to verify your email via Discord's own policies.
Okay.
So maybe that's the reason. Try that.
Try that. Okay. Check the terms and conditions. Then we have another one here. Based on what I will be promoted or rewarded in the game, apart from just buying and selling picks and building NFTs, based on what will I be promoted or rewarded in the game, apart from just buying and selling picks and building NFTs and selling them? That's probably maybe like play to learn or...
Yeah, we're actually introducing quite soon the entire concept of a social token and the play to earn aspect. So we will be incentivizing people to, for one, do good in the real world, the society. We will be having a lot of things where you For example, you help a local organization to collect some plastic waste, and you will be rewarded in the game by our token. Can also be helping out with translations, moderating the Discord. We will be releasing all the different things, but I guess that's what they're referring to.
Yeah.
So time spent and helping us with different aspects will reward and will be benefited in the PIX token hunt.
Just to answer a question tied into that, one answer, if I refer a friend, will I be rewarded?
No, we don't have that set up. I know Felix is working on an affiliate solution. That's in our roadmap as well for later. But as of to now, that's not something we reward. We focus more on all the other aspects of helping out. Even though we, of course, appreciate everyone spreading the word and growing the community.
Just one more here, and it says, hi, I just started playing Planet IX a few weeks ago. Before the packs were priced at 50p euros, which you also mentioned, Felix, that you've now given one at 5p euros, that I now feel that when you gave 5p euros, I can play. But I wonder if I'll be able to succeed and make any return in Planet IX, since I'm not buying the bigger and more expensive packs.
Yeah, I mean, this is I think this is a great question, because the entire game engine and how you purchase packs is not, there's no red carpet treatment. What I mean with that is that every asset, every PIX cluster that are given to you in your packs are generated by random on the go. So this will mean that let's take Mexico City. Mexico City is by design one of the legendary tiers, one of the capital cities in the world that we almost sold out. It's almost sold out. So the next drop we will have over Mexico City, all the assets will be taken, which means that we will probably see the first legendary NFTs being created in Mexico City. So to answer your question here, how can a small fish benefit from playing the game while there's bigger whales buying all the packs? Well, if there's people that are trying to develop their NFTs or their territories in Mexico City, and you by chance have one PIX cluster that are in the middle of them, you will probably gonna have a good price on that, because people want your asset, because that's the missing piece for them to create an NFT. So I think by random, this gives a fair opportunity for everybody. You don't know where your PIX is going to be located, and some people will have extremely luck and get a lot of clusters near each other, and some people will get lucky to have clusters in between people with a bigger budget or with a larger time frame.
In the future, some people can even luckier and get an NFT within a small pack.
Oh my!
Too.
Yeah.
So exactly, there's different aspects here that we think is fair, and I mean, of course, the more money you have, the more possibilities you have in the marketplace to do like that. But you can always sell your assets on the marketplace if there's somebody who wants it. And if you have a valuable asset or not, that's basically random for now.
So in a sense, it's a very strategic game, but it can also be fair play in one sense. Even with luck and chance. Well, I think that was really informative. I mean, there are so many questions, we can't handle all of them. I just want to say to the viewers, if we've missed any of your questions, or if you still have concerns or want to know anything about the metrics or any other questions, go out on Discord, and then Christopher and his team will, reach out to as many of you and give you answers, right, Christopher?
Yes, that's the whole idea with Discord.
Yeah.
So keep sending questions, even after the show. And also during the live question when we take on.
That we're going to start.
But before that, Sabine, as the lead of our sustainability, we gathered a
grill
couple
me.
of questions for you as well.
Okay, shoot.
So, first question. I've seen some of the videos of Planet IX talking about sustainability. And I'm curious what's already been done, for like two-parted, what's already been done, and how can I contribute as a player?
Well, I mean, I want to start by saying I'm really proud of the progress that's in the motion because a lot is being done. We've talked to many companies and foundations who really have green or sustainable solutions or products or initiatives, and we're in talks with a lot of them. I can't name them yet because we haven't signed contracts. But I also want to mention that, there's so many solutions, sustainable solutions out there, and we're scanning the world for this. But we also, of course, by scanning, we also need to screen every single initiative to make sure they're on par with our sustainability goals and ESGs and sort of impact measurements. But I do want to mention one that is in the pipeline that I know Philippe is also very passionate about, and that is the Tree Foundation. That we're in the final talks on that, and that is really going to give a possibility to Planet IX and the players to be part of planting millions of trees around the world, and that is really, it's the earth sort of breath to plant all these trees. So it's a very honorable way to go about sustainability. So that's one of many initiatives. And to sort of answer your question when they say, what can people do? Well, go in with suggestions on Discord, for example. Go under giving away sustainability and send in any suggestions that you have.
And we actually had a competition gathering like 60 different opportunities within the sustainability. So
and to add on that, we're screening them now, looking at each and every one of them. And who knows, maybe some of the partnerships that are suggested by our players will actually be part of our sustainability initiatives.
Yeah. And we can't just jump on board on every first.
No, it has to, there are certain criteria for that as well.
Yeah. Okay, next question. I happen to know a company who has a very good sustainable solution and product here in Vietnam. How can I recommend them? Was a little bit what we talked, but how can I recommend them? And if it's even something that you are interested in?
First of all, I just want to say we really applaud when players really come to us and come with suggestions, because that kind of engagement is what will also move forward both the game, the players, Planet IX, and our sustainable projects. So of course it's interesting, like we said, go into Discord, go under giving sustainability, and then you and I and the team will sort of look through these different initiatives. So that's very applaudable. And I also want to point out that these incentives from players will of course be rewarded. It has to be a win-win. So if someone comes with a suggestion that actually comes to fruition, of course they'll be rewarded in some way or another.
Exactly.
So keep on coming with suggestions. We're in this together. Let's put it that way.
For sure. Okay, one final question, Sabine.
Yeah.
I know the focus of sustainability might be more on the environment and planting trees and such. But how about social projects and initiatives? Is that something Planet IX will also be driving with the game?
I mean, that's also such a good question, because of course we know that investing in the environment gives, kickback to the society and our planet. So that's important. But we're not only going to invest in tree planting foundations or solar panels or carbon capture. We have, for example, another project which is about capturing water. It's a product that sort of eliminates the usage of water, but it still, you can use water, but it sort of reduces the amount of water. And it's a great innovation, and we're looking to partner with them. And, those are the kind of social initiatives that we'd love to partner with, either to collaborate with, to partner with, or invest in. Yep. So if any users or players have, a local, a global, or a global initiative that they know of, whether it's social or environmental, whatever it might be, as long as it's there as a solution for a greener, more sustainable planet, it can be a technology. Yeah. Then, please send. We're co-creating this together. That's the whole team. We're going to be Planeteers Impactors.
Yes, amazing. And we are so happy that you're leading this at Nibiru, and you're doing a great job. So, should we move to the live questions?
Tell us a bit, how is this going to happen? Are we moving location?
Yeah, so we're going to change scene.
Yep.
And please feel free to send in the questions. I know our team has been gathering them on the show, but keep sending them in, and we'll do our best to answer them.
And do they send in, because we have multi-languages coming in?
Yeah, so the English, the main version, is
Okay.
where we will be overviewing and yeah, keeping count.
So send them in. We're going to change scene. See you in a
Let's do it.
second. Hey, 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 hey.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
here we
Welcome
are.
back.
To
That was
Christopher's
fast.
talk show.
Yes, so now this is my zone. Let's jump straight in.
Yep.
First question from Ben. When can we start trading?
Yeah, I would say the trading is going to be possible when the marketplace is launched. And currently we're looking at 6 to 8 weeks from today. So that will put us somewhere in end of October, in beginning of November.
Yeah.
And
That can change.
yeah, but it's it's.
That's what we are aiming for.
Yeah, and the marketplace is going to be so much more comprehensive than we initially thought. That's why it's also taking time.
This game has many levels, and it also includes new kind of features and possibilities for our users. And we all already know that many of our users are maybe not so familiar with Web 3.0 functions and infrastructure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think we will not rush it either. Our team has to produce and help and guide our users, in a safe way. What is Ethereum? What is Polygon? What is an NFT? How do you interact with these kind of protocols? What is a transaction? What is gas? There's so many different kind of terminologies and expectations that you have to have and know when you're playing and when you're interacting with Planet IX. So yeah.
I think that's a good takeaway. We do it slow because we want the users to feel safe.
Yeah.
We don't want to rush into things.
No.
Perfect. Futois1. Hi, I was wanting to learn, to know when can we share ownership of NFT, or I own them alone? You were touching it a little bit before.
Yeah, I mean, it's you cannot co-own NFTs without a smart contract. So it will also be. It's just a bummer that we don't have any news to share right now. But a lot of the things is based on on-chain, a strategy that we thought of and will be going live with. And that will also mean that a lot of the functions of co-owning and owning a DAO and cooperating in these kind of communities will only take place on chain. So yeah, the same.
I'm seeing a lot of questions regarding this, so Felix, this will be for you as well. Where do I have it? Okay, when do you launch your own Planet IX token?
We are soon to start releasing more information about the coming release of the token, the airdrop that every early participant in Planet IX will receive a airdrop of the token so they can use, and the token itself is going to be used as the utility on the game to purchase packs, to transact, to also exchange and go out and turning rewards, turning everything that you earning on Planet IX, and move outside Planet IX.
Yeah.
So this is the way how we get out, but we will also need to make some content that safely guides our users through, like onboarding the concept of what is a token, how does the tokenomics work on Planet IX, why it's important, and how you're going to use it.
Yep. Seems like this is the next talk show live. With
I think we should have just one talk about NFT.
Tokenomics.
Yeah, I think we should bring some more visuals as well.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. It's just the beginning. Okay, Felipe, one for you. I have so much desert. What can I do with the land?
Well, in the future, let's say if you own a capital city center, would you be able to develop that in terms of renewable energies or industries? No, there's no space. But in the desert, there's a lot of space. So you could develop renewable energies, industries. And that opens the big strategy of the game that goes, a legendary peaks, a capital city center is worth a lot, but you find desert in really big quantities as well. So clusters sooner or later will turn into NFTs. So there's always the pros and cons of the different tiers of the picks.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I think you can add also that you know, clusters in the lower tiers can be easier to turn into NFTs because you need less of them.
Yeah.
So one strategy, you know, how to mint an NFT is to go, you know, by tier. Like I need maybe a fifth the amount of Pix clusters I need in the desert or mountains that I need in the legendaries. So in that, you know, that could also be a strategy how the different players want to play. I mean, if you want to focus on legendary, well, maybe there's the best rewards carry there, but you can build and you can, you know, acquire maybe many more NFTs faster in the lower tiers. So it's also going to be fun to see how the different player strategies will be carried out.
And I know this is in the Gamebook version 2.0, which we will be releasing closer to the marketplace as well. Okay, next question. Sabine, what kind of proof will you be giving us as Planeteers from the real-life sustainable projects, and how can we follow them in the development phase?
I mean, the proof will always be in the pudding. I was about to say, no, but we'll always integrate, whether it's integrated in the actual game or whether it's some kind of reward or an Easter egg. All the initiatives that we take on board, whether it's collaborating, partnering, or investing in them, they will somehow be integrated in the game. And especially it's about, you know, how can we gamify something that actually contributes to something in the real world? So, for example, what Felipe was saying with the desert, if you start to build maybe, alternative energy, how maybe we find a partner who actually has alternative energy, and there can be a reward system there. So it's taking, you know, the game into the actual world. And of course, we'll also be doing what I call impact through storytelling. We'll be traveling to all of our partners and, you know, doing interviews and watching how they actually work and so forth, so that all the players are part of this, because that's why we're doing it. You know, it's a collaborative process. So it's not greenwashing. It's actually to really do something together with initiatives that are out there.
Yeah, and I know that's one of the parameters as well, where we choose which company or project to partner up with, that we actually get involved and make something bigger out of it.
Absolutely, whether it's a service product.
Yeah, that takes time. Go through it and filter them. But I think also there's all the information about the partnerships will be later on available into our white paper, into part of the game book. So in a very transparent way, every player will see and understand what is actually happening behind the curtains in terms of the sustainability and impact.
Who knows? There might be an extra layer where you have nodes that blink that are actually, you know, sustainable initiatives that we've invested in or partnered with that then you as a player also can contribute with.
Definitely.
Circular economy.
And the Web 3.0 blockchain is all about transparency. So of course we're going to show everything. I think we're running out of time. The 45 minutes are up.
Oh, wow.
I know we're on overtime. Can we do one last question? I think it will be, how can you, sorry, okay, I can't find it. I remember it though. Will it cost money to transfer your Pix cluster to an NFT?
No, it won't cost any. I mean, it will have a cost, but we will be using, I can share it now, we will be using Polygon, which is, you can say, a layer 2 to Ethereum. And the transactions and the minting transactions that you do is next to nothing. It's cents. We can pretty much provide that cost for all the players. There will be millions of transactions, but it's a very, very cheap blockchain right now to play games on or to do kind of large quantity transactions on.
Which is also the reason why we chose Polygon instead of Ethereum directly.
I mean, Ethereum right now is very, very costly.
Yeah.
I mean, a single transaction is $30, at a minimum. So it's very crowded, and I love Ethereum, but right now Polygon is the best for Planet IX. Yeah. And we will show you how the different kind of chains work and how you bridge your assets on and off.
Okay,
a whole
so I
tutorial
guess,
on that.
guess
You
that's
guessed
it.
nearly right. I know we're running out of time, but I just want the players to get to know you guys a little bit more and not just, you're answering the questions really well. So we're going to have a play to learn, but it's about 3 seconds of answers. So shoot. Felix, how many NFTs do you own from different platforms? Quick. Boom, boom, boom.
250.
Okay, good. Christopher, how many hours a day do you usually spend on Discord, among other things you do at Planet X?
2 hours a day at
2
least.
hours a day. Philip, is it true you're an artist, apart from being at Planet IX?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
Very talented.
We're going to dive deeper into that. It might become an NFT. Christopher, who listens loudest to to music in the office?
Carl at the Creative,
Okay.
for sure. Good music, though.
Philippa, how many bugs have you encountered and fixed so far in the beta phase?
Too many.
Too many.
We are still fixing and keep fixing.
And keep fixing. Felix, who has too much stuff on their desktop?
It's me.
Okay. Felix, what is the best game feature so far?
I would say the best game features are those to come.
Okay, those count. All of you, who would spend the most hours talking about Planet IX at a dinner party?
All of us, maybe.
All of us.
This
Okay.
guy loves Planet X. I think all of us.
I
in
think
a
all
way.
of us. I'll go in for that too. Who plays the most video games?
I think it's a mix of
Okay,
me,
okay, okay.
myself, and some others.
Who spends most time on NFT platforms?
That would
That's
be
That would be
Felix.
It will soon be all of us. And last but not least, who is the most passionate Planeteer?
All of us.
All of us.
High five on that one. All of us.
The DAO.
Thank you for being such great
Thank
colleagues
you.
and all the
Thank you,
work that you
Sabina.
do and
Thank
answering
you.
all the questions. And of course, thank you to all of our viewers and beta phase players. Thank you for sending in questions today. And thank you for being on this epic journey that is just about to begin. So don't forget to follow what's happening on Discord and to check out for the next episode on Planet IX Open Talk. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and thank you for watching.